Hello, my name is Sean. With me today, we have Dogzilla, and this is Pedals for Paws. The Beverly Bridge was finally set to open barely 2 weeks after Captain had passed. Nearly a year earlier, I had promised her I would get her to the Columbia River, but sadly, I was never able to fulfill that promise, as construction had been pushed back nearly 9 months. Tragically, this would be the closest I would ever get to fulfilling my promise to Captain. Even though I didn't want to be on the bike or anywhere near the trail, I knew I needed to go and to start working on my healing process. And so, Zilla's and my journey continued. The eastern gate at the Yakima Training Center marks the end of an over 650-mile path that we'd traveled together as a pack. As you can see, it's roughly 1 mile shy of where I'd promised to get Captain to at the Columbia River. These first few pedal strokes away from the gate were some of the hardest I'd ever have to take, as the reality began to set in that we were now continuing our journey without her. This was the first time Zilla was alone in the trailer. To try and make the transition easier for both of us, I'd brought along a lifelike pillow of Captain that my sister had sent us. It seemed to provide Zilla a little support, and when I would take a quick glance at the trailer, subconsciously, it felt like she was there with us. It was a small comfort, and I needed all the help I could get. Hundreds of people were on the trail for the bridge's opening ceremony. Normally this would be a fantastic occasion, but of all days, I just wanted to be left alone. As we approached the bridge, we spoke briefly with a man named Rob who had suffered a terrible loss of his own. At the end of our conversation, Rob made a donation to Pedals for Paws in Captain's honor.
For you, do it. The whole point of the website is we're raising money for underprivileged animals. Oh, beautiful. So, beautiful. You have no idea how much. Hey, bless you, buddy. Thank you, sir. You're very welcome. Thank you.
It was the first time we'd ever received an in-person donation. I was awestruck. When we finally made it closer to the bridge, we were met by a crowd of over 600 people. As we tried to make our way through the throngs, we were stopped several times by people asking questions about Pedals for Paws. We were even interviewed by a local newspaper. Having traveled several hundred miles without seeing a single person, it was both surreal and overwhelming, especially since I just wanted to be alone with Zilla. I did my best to speak with everyone, but eventually I couldn't take it any longer and I just needed to get across the bridge and uphold my promise to the dogs. As we began crossing the bridge, everything became a blur.
Now what do I have to worry about? Last time it was the blinkers on the trailer where I ass backwards.
I was an emotional wreck and having difficulty breathing. By crossing onto the bridge, I was simultaneously making good on my promise to Zilla and breaking my promise to Captain. There are few feelings worse than letting down a loved one, and I had failed miserably. After what seemed like an eternity, we finally made it across the bridge. There, we rejoined the spot where we'd had to leapfrog to at the start of our blog post, The Gap. I wiped my tears and faked a smile for a quick photo. At that moment, a huge gust of wind knocked over the bike so violently that it broke the piece that connects to the trailer. The symbolism of the moment didn't escape me, as the bike and trailer now broke at the same spot where Captain's loss would break our team. It was perfectly fitting. Zilla and I slowly made our way back across the bridge. As we were crossing, I received an unexpected phone call from the vet. Captain's cremated remains were ready, and they would be dropping her off at the house. Wanting nothing more than to be reunited with my sweet girl, we raced home to reclaim her mortal remains. But the importance and gravity of the day were still ever present in my mind, so I made sure to take a moment to reflect on what this journey had meant to me so far and how important it was to carry on with Zilla in Captain's name, continuing to help the animals of the world, no matter how hard things might get down the road.